welcome back. This is Hail from the West Coast Podcast, episode 5. I am your host, Ricky Bates Sr., aka Boomer. I want to talk a little bit about the week 1 loss to the Chargers. Not going to harp on it too much. It's a quick turnaround. We got the Giants on Thursday night, which is already a huge game. Not only do we not want to fall 0-2, but we don't want to fall 0-1 to a division rival. It's our turn. We owe them. It's been, I believe, about 6 games since we've actually beat the Giants. So I think it's time to change that, and get this straightened out. As far as the game against the Chargers, we all watched the game. It was a shitty feeling to watch. Our defense didn't show up like we expected them to. The offense certainly didn't show up like we were hoping they would. On both sides of the ball, including coaching, I think we were outplayed and we were outcoached. It's unfortunate, but that's what happened. Starting with the offense, Fitzpatrick going down, that sucks. He finally had an opportunity where he was going to be the guy. He ends up lasting a quarter and a half. I don't know what it is with the quarterbacks on this team, but find a way to get hurt. But like I said, it's unfortunate for him. And now it's Heineke's time. So a lot of people have been calling for Heineke since the start of training camp. Basically since the end of the playoff game last year. They wanted to see Heineke. Well, now he's got his chance. Let's hope he can stay healthy because he obviously hasn't shown a history of being able to stay healthy. And then that's followed up by Kyle Allen as a backup. Neither guys are someone that I think can really lead this team far, but I'm going to hope they do. There's really nothing else we can do at this point. I don't see us bringing in another quarterback. Obviously, we signed Kyle Shermer to the practice squad, but at this point, just like Ron said, he's an emergency guy, so I don't expect much to come out of that. It's going to be Taylor's team for at least the next 6 to 8 weeks, probably the rest of the season. So let's hope for the best. Obviously, he did bring a spark when he came into the game yesterday. We weren't moving the ball too good, and then Taylor came in, and all of a sudden we were moving the ball. Obviously, he can extend plays with his feet, so that makes him a bit more dangerous. He connected with Terry McLaurin on a few nice passes. He had a nice little shovel pass, which was cool to see. So he makes things happen. So let's hope he does the same thing on Thursday night against the Giants. Rest of the offense, they didn't get Terry involved until, made into the second quarter. And it was for maybe like a 5-minute stretch. And after that, we didn't see his name again. And that's something that's got to change. He's our number 1 receiver. You got to get him involved. Logan Thomas, had a nice touchdown catch, which was good to see. He went up and got that ball. So that was good to see. De'Ami Brown, we didn't see much from him. He had the catch for the loss on that drive where we ended up missing the 51-yard field goal. So I hope to see more out of him come Thursday. And Gibson, he played well. He was running the ball hard. It was good to see that he's getting a better vision there from the backfield, but he's got to hold on to the ball. We cannot have fumbles. Luckily, the first one went out of bounds, but that second one, that was an absolute dagger. Fumbling in between your own 5-yard line, giving the ball to the Chargers on their own 3. Defense tried to be tough, tried to hold them out, but unfortunately they scored, and that was the changing point of the game. We never really got a chance to come back after that. Defense just didn't show up like we expected them to. Again, that's going to be partially because the Chargers had a good game plan, and partially because Herbert is just a dude. That dude can ball out. He's got great accuracy. He's got a strong arm. He makes the right decision, whether we're playing zone. He's finding the holes. If we're playing man-to-man, he's putting the ball where it needs to be. So that was part of the issue. But then the other part of the issue was our own coverage, breakdowns in coverage, missed tackles, not getting to the quarterback when we have the opportunity. Felt like, Rivera had mentioned that they were wanting to rotate guys because they seemed like they were tired. But I feel like too many times we had our best players on the sideline. Chase Young and Montez Sweat on third downs should not be on the sideline. I don't care. The Chargers were 14 of 19 on third down conversions. You can't win games when you can't get off the field. It doesn't help when your offense isn't able to score points. But if your defense can't get off the field, they're going to be tired. Offense does have to help with that. I think we only had 3 or 4 first down conversions. So it was a team loss, when it comes down to it. Everybody has a job to do. And I don't think anybody really did their job to their capability. Hopkins started off great with the field goals. He was 3 of 3, really redeeming himself. And then he did miss that 51-yard field goal. I try not to, get mad about it because he made the other 3, but it seems like in those crucial situations where we have a kick that needs to be made, those are the ones he misses. And yes, it was 51 yards, whatever. I don't care how long it was. 51-yard field goals are made all the time. For some reason, when you get past that 49, 50-yard mark, he pulls that kick. So that's something he's got to work on. But again, I'm glad he made those other ones. So, it is what it is. It was a tough loss for everybody. I thought Cam Curl played well early on. He had a couple pass breakups, made some nice tackles, but then you didn't see much of it. It seemed like they, played Collins back there. Bobby McCain played quite a bit back there, and those guys are great. But I thought Cam was playing well. It would have been nice to see him get a little bit more time in there. We didn't see too much of Jamin Davis. I think he played like 50% of snaps, made a couple tackles, but definitely he's got some work to do. I'd like to see him out there, especially in passing downs. Something with Bostic, Bostic, I just don't feel like is a coverage guy as a linebacker. I don't think he reacts quick enough. He plays the run well, but when it comes to passing downs, I'd much rather see Jamin Davis in there. But that's just a personal preference. Kendall Fuller was getting beat all day. That's tough to see. He's been so lights out for us in previous years. I'm hoping he's going to step up. But like I said, it was a team loss. We're upset that we're starting off 0-1, but it's a long season, especially this year. We've got 17 games. Let's bounce back on Thursday against the Giants. I definitely think after watching the Giants play, we have a good chance of winning this game. We just need to come out and execute, plain and simple. We have to play to our ability. We have to get to Daniel Jones, force turnovers, and we got to score points on offense. I know we can do it. Let's get back to 1-1. Hail to the football team.